It was happening. Tonight, I'm making what I call PD. When I was single, it had a different name. Now that I'm married, it's called Pleasantly Delightful. I'll just say that. And so, basically, it's lemon, garlic, rosemary, Cornish hens, served with a strawberry glaze sauce. I usually use blackberry glaze, but today I'm using strawberry preserves for mine. And it's quick, it's easy, and it makes you look like you know what you're doing. If you really want to impress someone. There's only one person I want to impress, and so I want to impress her. I made this when we were dating. You see what it got me. Anyway, on to the meal. So, I'm gonna start with Cornish hens. You wanna start by preheating your oven to 450 degrees. Then you wanna brine your Cornish hens. I've already brined them, and they've been brining for about 20-25 minutes. Always brine your poultry, chicken, turkey, whatever. It always turns out so much better when you brine it. And if you don't know what brine is, it's basically salt and vinegar, or any combination of salt, onions, oranges, anything citrusy, and salt and vinegar, anything like that. But basically, it draws out the moisture, but then when you cook it, it draws it back in. I don't know the science behind it. All I know is brining it works out good. So I got my brine chicken here, and I'm gonna rinse this off and place it onto my preparation tray. Okay, I've already skinned my garlic and prepared my lemon wedges, and now I'm gonna rinse the chicken off from the brine. Clean it up. One. That's two. You want to pat it dry with a paper towel. Get all that moisture off. We used to call these biddies back on the farm, but these little biddies fist to get ate up. And those who don't know, biddy is another term for an adolescent chicken. That's why sometimes you may even hear it heard in the hood. Next, you want to coat the chicken with olive oil. And don't be shy. Can't really use too much. What this is gonna do is allow the seasonings to stick and be really flavorful. Then you want to coat it with, I like to use fresh ground black pepper. Fresh ground black pepper. And sea salt. Being that it was in the grind, it's got plenty of salt on it already. But everybody season your food how you like it. I'm not a big salt person, but I do use it. Oven just came up to temperature. Next, you want to I usually use fresh thyme, rosemary, things of that nature, but she couldn't find it at the store that she had went to, so I'm gonna be using organic rosemary, which is basically dry. Place the lemon wedge in there along with the wedged rosemary. I usually put in 2, but I like to put in 1 rosemary, then the second one. And that's gonna really, really bring that flavor, that lemon out and everything with that. And then I also like to put a little sprinkle of rosemary. I usually put the twigs of rosemary between the legs here, but I don't have any. And so now, next you're gonna use a roasting pan. Now, when it comes to roasting pans, you could use a roaster, but I got 2 Cornish hens. I'm not gonna use a whole roasting pan, big old turkey roasting pan for them. Basically, what I do is I have my baking pan and my reel, or rack, whatever you wanna call it. Now you see, that pan don't have no rust in it because after I wash it, I usually spray it down with some Pam. Spray it down with some Pam, store it, and when you get to use it, wipe it out. I got a video of that too. But I'm gonna place these on here. And like I said, this is really simple. The only thing is being able to keep up with the basting and all that other stuff. Then you want to place the garlic, some in the cavity, some in the pockets, because this is going to serve a different role later. But you just want to get them in there, get them on there so that they can cook and cook down. So it really doesn't have to be fancy or whatever you want to call it. You give another splash of pepper. I said 20 minutes, but really 25 minutes at 450. But while that's cooking, what you want to do, you want to get a 1/3 cup of chicken stock, 1/3 cup of, it calls for white wine, cooking wine, but I like red wine, cooking wine. And 2 tablespoons of olive oil. One. 2. And what you're gonna do with this, you're gonna mix this up. And when you do turn it, after the 25 minutes, you're gonna turn it down to 350 degrees, pour this over the chicken, and then you're gonna put it back into the oven for another 25 minutes. And I'm gonna double check that. I think it's 20 minutes, but it might be 25 minutes. But you're gonna be basting it with the juices from the pan every 10 minutes. So I think it might be 20, but we'll find out. I'll double check it. But I'm gonna whisk this up together. When we get ready to turn the temperature down and mix that up. Or I could use this really cool tool my wife bought me. I love this. It's cool. Check it out. Throw it with me. I'm flexing. Cooking at 450 degrees is gonna get smoky, so you might want to turn on your fan. But got my broccoli steaming. Basically, put onion powder, garlic powder, butter, and salt, pepper in the water. Just below it. And it steams up all that flavor onto it. And a little chicken stock. 25 minutes. Time to gonna upper oven bake. Turn temperature down to 350. Yeah. I'm gonna set off my smoke alarms. I don't think it will. The only time that happens when I was trying to cook some chicken wings at damn near 500 degrees. And here we go. Pour this slowly over these beautiful birds. So this mixture is going to play another role later on. But you want to make sure you pour it on there. It's okay if the garlic drops down in there because that's all going to be cooked into the sauce, the glaze. So 10 minutes, it is actually 25 minutes, but we're gonna do 25 minutes basting every 10 minutes or until it's 175 on internal temperature. 25 minutes basting every 10 minutes until it's 175 on internal temperature. You interrupted me from making my Long Island, but I'm about to get back on it. Isn't that lovely? Off in that sundial cut glass, whatever, from the sundial, from the West End. First 10 minutes is up. Let's see how I'm gonna do this. I thought I had a turkey baster. Found out that I don't. That thing got. Get yourself a turkey baster. But y'all get the gist. I basted it. The baste again. This actually is the first dish I cooked when we moved into this house. And this is like a housewarming. I guess since we're coming up on, wow, 4 years. Man. Okay, I'm not gonna let y'all watch me struggle. I'm gonna baste them 10 minutes. Then put it back in for another 10 minutes. Then I'm gonna check the temperature. But baby, the Long Island is Long Island. Ready, here we go. Pull it on out here. Let's get us a little temperature reading here. And the meaty part of the meat. Oh yes. I said that's well over 175. Check the dark meat. Dark meat's at 200. All right, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go ahead and take it out. We're gonna pan it, tin it, and then the fun begins. The real fun part begins. While that was cooking, I went ahead and made me some cornbread. Cornbread. You want your cornbread? So at this point, what we're gonna do, I don't know if I can see it here. When I get me a sponsor, I'm gonna have me a nice camera set up. But let the drippings go back into the pan. Come on. Picking up the pan. That up. Then I'm going to tint this. It doesn't have to be like super tight, but just enough to let the juices go back into the meat. That's all the tinting does. Now for the super fun part. Now, as I said earlier, what we're gonna do is, I have my strawberry preserves. So usually, like I said, I usually used to use blackberry preserves, but we're using strawberry preserves this time. We're gonna pour all these drippings and the garlic, the rosemary, and the fat, and the olive oil, all of that in there. I'm gonna boil that for 6 minutes. We're basically gonna boil it down to a sauce consistency. As in all sauces, you want to stir constantly. Now, us around here, we like a little bit of broccoli with our cheese. Almost ready. Starting to get that little syrupy look to it. So at this point, getting ready to plate. They done rested. They look well rested. You want to cut them in half, right down the middle. And you're gonna plate them. Pair it fanned out to rice and your broccoli. So, final presentation coming right up. So you gotta plate it. Damn it. And I learned from the internets that broccoli is easier cut after it's cooked. We like our broccoli well done. So judge your mama. See that? That's that dripping. Looking like molasses. Sweet. Candy. Put a little extra on here on the side for me. And top it off with some cornbread. It is still pretty freaking hot. And there you have it. The PD. Usually served with a nice Chianti. Pairs well with a Chianti. Or what we're going to be pairing it with is a Riesling. Thank you, Uncle James. Not Uncle James, but our cousin, his daughter, She provided this on Thanksgiving, and we're going to enjoy it. What's going on with that? There we go. And this is how we get down. Don't mind the hot sauce. Mind your business.
Thank you, man.
Bon appetit, madame.